So, welcome to our first tutorial on how to make a mob farm using FTBs, many different blocks, using extra utilities, cursed earth, as well as open blocks fans and some other blocks. So what you want to do is find a divisional signal, which is usually in a dungeon or can be found if you kill the wither. Now what you want to do is shift right click and it'll tell you what you need. So the altar does not have a redstone signal, and altar is lit by outside sources, which you don't really need to worry about. Now you're also going to need a sacrifice. So one of my suggestions would be getting a golden lasso. So golden lasso is pretty easy. Just right click on the mob, and you have it. So how do you know when it's midnight? Your thing will start to glow. See, now this thing, right click, says perform the sacrifice. Make sure you have an iron shovel or any shovel with silk touch, and it'll start to spawn mobs and cursed earth. You want to get some cursed earth, yada yada. And make sure you don't die, because these mobs have buffs. Like this, you can see the spider probably has speed. Some of them can be invisible. This stuff will spread. Cursed earth naturally spreads by itself. So yeah, but in daytime, if you put a torch around the mobs, this cursed earth will burn up. The other cursed earth, if you use silk touch, will not burn up. This will also burn up in sunlight. Pretty nifty, right? Oh yeah, redstone circle. So next thing you're going to need is a fan. So fans naturally push stuff. You see it's pushing that spider. Mobs normally don't like this, so yeah. Now the fan can be turned in any direction, basically. It's got lots of ways you can go, and yeah. So for a setup for your mob farm, you're going to have something like this, where the fans push the mobs into an area like this. Now you may want to make it 3 high for Enderman. Just note that. That's one thing I forgot. Oop, no sunlight. Now you only need a few blocks, as this does spread like grass. It is essentially grass that works at night. And now what happens is their mobs are going to spawn and get pushed. Make sure they can go to the edge, because if they don't, you'll have lots of mobs hanging on the edge. So yeah. For the killing part, there are 2 main blocks you can use. You can use a computer craft turtle, which isn't too difficult, or an atomics activator. One thing about this is you will have to repair your tools, but there's some swords out there that don't take their ability, like the Eternal Sword. And so here's some reasons why I would go with this. You can put enchantments on your sword. So let's say looting 3. For this one, no, but this one doesn't take their ability, so vice versa. So for setting up this one, you're going to look at the tab. You're going to make sure it is always enabled. So if you want it enabled, have it on low. If you want it to be a lever, you can put on high or low. This is the input output. So when it kills something, I'm not sure of this, such as a pig. Let's get a pig egg. Actually, we'll do that later. But what you want to do is, when you kill something, what do you use? You left click. So we're going to put this sword in there and say to left click. Now if there's a pig, it will hit it. And you can see it did take their ability, so be careful. Now, for the computer craft, you want to do some simple commands. A label, set, and whatever you want to name it. So, kill 1. I spelled it wrong. And then you're going to create a simple program called startup. So edit startup. Now what startup does is whenever your computer boots, this is what it will do. So while true do turtle dot attack and end. Now if you reboot the computer and put a pig in front of it, you'll start killing pigs. Set to noon. And those are the two simple and easy ways to kill stuff. Yeah. So if you do it this way, you will not get your items. Where in the turtle, items will go in here. So, but either way, you're going to need a vacuum hopper. What a vacuum hopper can do is it can collect XP. So, and you can route it on this side. You can choose where outputs, items, or both. So, actually, let's do it like this. So, now you can either put a fluid duct or I'm going to use a tank. So, put a tank right next to it, and let's say a chest on the other side. Now I'm going to barricade this off so the pig cannot run away from me. Ha ha ha. And there's our pig egg. Now you can see the raw pork chop in here, and we got XP in here, which you can use to level ourselves up or enchant stuff using open blocks. So down in the mob area, make sure to have fans down here too, to help guide the monsters downwards. Now on this side, you want to put your turtles or other devices. As you can see, I just used this simple turtle we used earlier. I must have wrote the program wrong. Now we'll start killing mobs. Now, a tip for placing turtles is these are the butts, little chests, envelope things. Now it should start to kill. Oh, we didn't save it. Crap. Wrong melee turtle. Now it should start to kill. Let's go see it. Wait, we gotta redo the program. As you can see, now it's starting to work. You just may have to reboot the computers. I did a little thing. So now you're going to use your vacuum hopper to collect this XP and additional items. I'll place 2 down, and for this moment we are going to use a tank. There we go. Remember to use the XP output. So if you don't, which one am I clicking on? There we go. Now, just so you know, this looks like it's going through, but it's not. So I just recommend having one over here. Look at that XP. Now, the cool thing is, if you have this on output mode and you have a simple fluid duct, just use the pretty ones. It'll output directly into the fluid ducts. Careful, this does light up surfaces. It'll go directly into your tank. So to turn off, you can use wireless redstone and lamps, like I'm doing here with the remote. So I might actually have to configure this. 1, one. We'll turn them off, on, off. So you can use your redstone there if you're good at redstone, unlike me. So one problem with this design is Hecate, and it's rotating for some reason. Is they don't move ever. So this could clog off, because this only spawns 5 at a time, so it'll clog your system up. Now to deal with this, get annoying. Is either to kill this baby one, or some portal gun stuff. Some high pellet launchers will do. I usually like to have them right above the fans. You need to have a block in the back. So now these guys do emit light, so you may want them farther back than normal. Since it's nighttime, I'll do this, and I'll be back. So you can see we have a bunch of high pellet launchers here. Here's how they work. With redstone signal, they'll shoot some pellets that will disintegrate mobs in its path. So when it's on, it'll keep shooting. Anything in its path will be decimated. So for example, some friendly pigs and baby pigs. This will kill all its family in its path. So that's how you use them. So same thing right here. This time I used a timer. This will go off every 30 seconds. Yeah, we didn't break anything. One thing to note. You can hear them. Is these things don't work well with fans. So you want to be careful. Watch this. See, although it is pretty cool, fans do, you know, make this thing stop working. So our final product of this, if we hold our wireless receiver, is that we should see mobs spawning and being killed. On, off. And any Hecates that spawn will die. So, on, off. I would recommend having that for lag purposes and for other things. Another thing to remember is that this guy does give off items when he hits something, those little high pelt launchers. So this guy will be carrying items. Hit O to disable your menu. Now they're in the chest, so like a skeleton trophy. So for some last things to remember is skeletons. This is too loud. Skeletons don't die. They'll be in a corner. So maybe just an extra row of this will help. Remember, this stuff will kill you, those little balls. So I did that. Just to kill these guys. Make sure you don't lag. And one last thing is items. When you get to that, make sure you pump this out of the turtle. You know, just... Oh, servo, no speaking. Servo. Just simply pump items into chests, something like that. Whatever you fancy. And yeah, if you enjoyed the episode, please leave a like, something, I don't know, don't care. I guess you guys can kill pigs if you want. This is dying too. Oh, that one didn't nail it. So, see ya. I'll be back.